In this episode, we break down an article I read for Motor and Wheels, and they talk about the 11 Outlaw Motorcycle Club patches you should stay away from. Let's see if it's real or fake on this episode of Demons Row TV. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby. Shout out to the ghosts and the ghost sets. Welcome to Demons Row TV, the holy grail in MC culture, where we cover everything motorcycle and motorcycle club involved. I'm Sos the Ghost. I'm your host for the evening, and let's talk about these 11 patches that Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs wear that you should stay away from. All of these patches are accessible at any bike rally, so if you're at Daytona or Sturgis, wherever it may be, you can find these at any patch shop. So there's a lot of people that don't understand what you could or could not wear. A lot of people feel like, why can't I just wear what I want? And I understand that. This show is just to give you the game. So we're gonna break down this article from Motor and Wheels and see if they got it right or wrong. Now, number one is 1%er. A lot of people know this that are already affiliated with clubs, so we're not gonna stay on it too long. One of the more mysterious motorcycle patches we'd like to tell you about, so you can be sure to avoid wearing the 1%er patch. Often stitched in white or gold onto a black diamond or square background, the 1%er patch is one of the truest symbols of an outlaw. The origins of this patch date back to the Hollister riots in July 1947. Number two, white cross. The iron and multi crosses are one of the most widespread symbols emblazoned on biker patches, vests, jackets, shirts, and tattoos worldwide. The meaning of a white cross might have a more disturbing meaning. The white cross often takes the shape of the iron or Maltese cross and sometimes has smoke or fog around it. A sworn member of a motorcycle club who has witnessed the unearthing of a grave, either to desecrate the body or steal something to wear. Alright, so let's talk about the iron cross. Are there outlaw motorcycle clubs that wear the iron cross? Of course, but regular bikers wear it too. Now, depending where you live, it could vary, but to me, I've never seen someone have an issue wearing an iron cross, so you take that with a grain of salt. Depending where you live, there could be a club that wears that iron cross and takes it super serious, so it just really depends where you live. Number three, the red cross. Like the white cross, a red cross is simply the iron or Maltese cross painted or stitched in red. This cross symbolizes a person who has participated in activity. Wow, I've never heard that before. Most MCs disavow this and do not allow all persons in this category to become members. It is likely that the red cross is symbolic of the wearer's acts in prison, where the lines are somewhat blurred. So I'll be honest with you, I have never, ever heard that something would be earned on a patch. So honestly, what they just said could apply somewhere far in the distant land, but I have never heard of a patch earning an achievement of activity. I'm not down in anybody in that community, but I have never heard that before. Number four, Big 5 OMG patches. We highly recommend for your safety and the safety of others, especially those who you ride out with, that you never ever wear any patches associated with the Hells Angels, Mongols, Outlaws, Banditos, or Sons of Silence. These 5 outlaw motorcycle clubs earn their patches over the years of service to their MC. It will be taken as the ultimate sign of disrespect to their club, leadership, and charter if someone outside their brotherhood wears one of their patches. So this right here goes without saying. If you're wearing something that represents a club, you take what comes with it. Either heat from that club or heat from a rival club that could be even worse. I also apply this to support club patches, support club shirts, and stuff like that. You see people that are not in clubs and they're a fan of a certain club, and they buy the shirt, the hat, stuff like that, and they wear it around to try to give the appearance that they're affiliated with the club. If you want to support the club, always do that. That's a cool thing to do, but wearing it like it's a badge of honor can get you in a bad situation. Number 5, we're just gonna say German stuff for YouTube. The regalia and symbols have been sported by outlaw motorcycle clubs since their return from the defeat of Hitler Germany in the 1940s. Originally, the Iron Cross medals, SWATs, armbands, SS boats, and token cuffs, death heads were taken as trophy from fallen German soldiers. These trophies from the battlefields of Europe were worn by the veterans that comprised the membership of the early MCs. As the next generation of predominantly white bikers embraced their father MC's culture, the imagery became a middle finger to the dominant American culture. So this is a topic that comes up a lot, and a lot of people feel like if we take pride and being an American, why would we wear any of that kind of symbolism? And I see both sides of it, you know, honestly. But certain clubs' history goes so far back that they actually have that as a tradition. And then there's the followers. To be honest with you, like there's clubs that just followed the leader. You know, the trend was set and then people follow it. That's just how it is in life. When something gets hot or trendy, a whole bunch of people start following it. Number 6, Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades patch is worn on the vest of a member of a motorcycle club. In MC culture, it's so crazy how I made that so popular that you hear everybody saying MC culture now. It was the set before the biker world. Like, there was way different names. They wasn't calling it MC culture. The influence is definitely there. In MC culture, it can mark a person as having had a brush with death, either in the armed forces, motorcycle crashes, or street combat. Alternatively, it's an image that shows that the bearer is willing to go all the way for their club, brothers, or their country. When it comes to the Ace of Spades, I've never heard an issue over someone wearing that patch, and that's a patch that they sell in every booth at every bike rally, Daytona, Sturgis, all the big events. You'll see that. I've never seen an issue over that. Number 7, Skull and Crossbones. The Skull and Crossbones is an iconic enough image that you can probably get away with rocking a gnarly, snarly, flaming skull on your vest or jacket, but you better be careful doing so. Lots of bikers wear the Skull and Crossbone patch on a shirt or a jacket. Reminds us of our mortality. It also scares off the lames who might not understand our culture or gallows humor. Now, Skull and Crossbones is very popular in the culture. I've never heard of anybody having an issue wearing it, unless you're wearing like some fake Outlaws MC patches that you got from Wish. Number 8, 13 or Diamond 13. This one is a little trickier because the number 13 is used across several cultures to ward off bad luck, and lots of people will wear it for different reasons. In the case of the motorcycle patch culture, the 13 is a sly representation of the 13th letter of the alphabet M, which stands for marijuana. The 13 as a placeholder for M can also denote the use or sale of dangerous street drugs, often sold or trafficked by outlaw MCs. A Diamond 13 patch might have a broader meaning, and the diamond is what changes its meaning. So the 13 does stand for M, so certain clubs will wear it because it stands for M. Old school clubs might wear it for marijuana. Certain clubs use it as mother. It depends on the club why they use it for, but it's very used in MC culture. So I would stay away from the 13 if you don't know enough about it, and definitely stay away from a 13 diamond. Maybe a 13 patch itself might not be such an issue, but definitely don't wear a 13 diamond. Number 9, DFFL patch. DFFL is an acronym for Dope Forever, Forever Loaded. In this sense, dope refers to illicit drugs. Much like the patch emblazoned with a 13, this patch signifies the person wearing it enjoys these drugs and has them on his person at all times for personal use or for sale. Number 10, runes. Runes are the ancient writing system used by the Vikings and later by the Third Reich to symbolize dedication to the white or Nordic ethnicity. Runes and other Viking symbols have been used by white supremacists, prison gangs, and MCs, bringing them into the 21st century as a signal to others. The runes commonly used on patches to symbolize that the person is a white supremacist. Now, once again, the exact lettering could be an issue depending on what the color scheme is. Like if you're in an area where this club is a rival to another club and they have a certain font on their clothing and it's certain colors, if you wear that in another area, it could be an issue. It's very tricky when it comes to this stuff, and it's very hard to explain. Number 11 is the Dequiallo patch. Finally, the Dequiallo is one of the most harrowing patches to avoid wearing. You'll want to make sure to never associate with anyone who wears this Hells Angels patch. The patch worn over the heart of a Hells Angel signifies a person who confronted law enforcement officers during routine stops or arrests. Let me know what you think about those patches in the comments, and if you want to support the row, get your Ghostaveli Mask now. They're on www.demonsroad.com. I got another video where I talk about 15 outlaw motorcycle clubs that no longer exist. It'll be linked above. And thank you for tuning in to Demons Road TV. the holy grail of MC culture. Like, subscribe, and comment. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.